So you may or may not be 30 or 30 something when you're catching this video. That's totally fine. Welcome, people that are not in that decade called the 30s. um, this video is for you, though, if you're in a life stage where you've got some consistency to your income, you're covering your own expenses, and you're trying to figure out what it means to be responsible with your money, particularly that extra money that you have after covering all your basics, right? You've paid your rent or mortgage, you've bought your groceries, right? All those things. What do you do with the extra? Yes, you want to use some of that to bring yourself a little more joy in life. Maybe take a vacation when we're allowed to do that again. Maybe eat out every once in a while, whatever enjoy life means to you. But you know that you still have to be smart about it. It's not all about enjoying life. You have to make sure that you're preparing for some of the big things in life as well. So, what do you do with that extra money in order to be smart about it? Do you put extra toward your debt? Do you contribute to a 401k or IRA? Do you get life insurance? Do you just put it in savings? Do you spend it all as much as possible because you only live for today? There's lots of questions, lots of choices to be making when you're covering everything, you've got some consistency, but you're wondering what to do with the extra. And then this series of videos, I want to empower you with the questions I believe could totally transform your life and your journey toward financial independence. The questions that we're going to come up with and the answers that you have for yourself and how you answer these questions are going to reveal a lot to you about what financial products, what financial strategies are right for you, and which ones aren't, without having to have a financial professional, try to sell you something or do different things. This is just to give you some food to chew on in terms of how to be smart with your money. So thanks for joining me for this. Welcome to the Fife Movement. I'm your host, Amanda Neely. This is the only movement that helps you create your unique feminine and entrepreneurial path to financial independence. Please be sure to subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, click that bell so that you get notifications. So here's the big question. Then we're going to break it down into like some smaller questions behind this one. So here's the big question. If you only had a dollar, what would you want that dollar to do for you? So you've covered all of your basics, right? Your rent's paid or mortgage, your groceries are purchased, you've paid minimums on your any debt that you have, right? All the basics are covered, and you've got $1 extra. What do you want that dollar to do for you? You can't split it up, or maybe you can, but you've got $1. That's it. What do you want it to do for you? And to look at this, I want to share my screen and we're going to talk about some of the options that you have. Okay, let me make sure I've got the right screen and everything here. Okay, here we go. So this is a survey I created in Typeform a long time ago when Typeform was free. Now it charges if you have a survey over 10 questions, and this one happens to be 11. So we're looking at it in preview form. So you can't actually do this survey, but you can do it right here in the video with me. Typeform would love for you to increase the number of questions that you allow for on your free version. Here we go. Start. First question, with your dollar, remember, you only have a dollar to work with. Do you want that dollar to be at risk? Can you lose that dollar? Just to stay unbiased, I'm going to say yes to every single question, but you come up with your own answer for yourself. Okay. So, is risk involved? Can you lose that dollar? Are guarantees offered or received? Is there some kind of guaranteed growth or at least security of that dollar so that it can't go less than a dollar? Are there any penalties associated with this money? If you access it when you're not supposed to, or if it goes over or under a certain amount, are there any kind of penalties? Number 4, can you get money if you need it? Is it accessible? If you need this dollar, is it locked away, or can you get it if you need to use it to go do something? Number 5, is this money protected from creditors? So if you get sued or if you end up having to file bankruptcy, can anybody go after this money and claim it as their own? Does this money create the most amount of wealth for the least amount of money? Are there a lot of fees and expenses charged with this? Or if it doesn't have any fees, is it still actually growing your wealth? Kind of weighing those two things there. Number 7, is this money untaxed upon distribution? When you do use it, do you have to pay a portion of it to the Internal Revenue Service? Number 8, can this type of money be used as collateral for for loans? Could you take that $1 and use it as leverage it to get a loan for $10, right? Something like that. Number 9, can you deduct payments or deposits from your income tax? Every time you have that dollar, does it get taken off of what you have to pay in taxes that year? Number 10, will someone make the deposits or payments if you're disabled? Will you still have that dollar and being able to do something with that dollar, even if you're no longer able to work or you work at a reduced capacity because of a disability? And then finally, number 11, does this money transfer tax free to your heirs? Hopefully, if you're 30 something, you've got a long life ahead of you. So, hopefully, not having to worry about heirs anytime soon. But whenever the inevitable happens, do you want whoever's receiving that dollar to have to pay taxes to the Internal Revenue Service on it? Okay, those are the questions that make up this. What do you want your money to be doing for you? There's probably other questions we could ask, but I'm going to show you kind of then what you do with these. So I have this money matrix. If you're catching the podcast version, look in your show notes. You'll see a link to this money matrix so you can check it out for yourself. But essentially, what this does is go through those same 11 questions. And then it goes through, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different financial products and says how they compare with these questions. So if you want risk or if you don't want risk, right, different products are going to be right for you. And so if you went through that list, you've answered yes or no to each question, then you can look at this list of financial products and see what is a good fit for how you answer those questions. Of course, there's 450 different financial products out there. There's only 7 here. There's also way more questions we could ask, but that's how I go about it. I wouldn't say, is an IRA or a brokerage account right for me? I would say, what do I want my money to do for me? And once I've clearly defined that, then I go and I look at what financial products fit with what I want my money to be doing. Very backwards way of looking at it. But again, we're all about flipping the script sometimes when it's a benefit to you. And I think this kind of flipping the script would be beneficial to you. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for joining me and connecting with the Fife movement. Remember, wealth is coming your way. Your quest is to prepare for using it well. For more tips on how to prepare, be sure to subscribe. We've got more questions like the ones we were talking today coming up in the next 2 episodes. And to connect with the community, visit fifemovement.com. My gift today has helped you. Please pay this gift forward by sharing this content with a friend. Maybe have this kind of conversation together with a friend. What do we want our money to be doing? And what financial products and strategies match that? Oh, and if you're curious what grandma's strategy is, we're referring to what we've been talking on this channel as bank on yourself, infinite banking, cash flow banking, however you want to refer to it. It's a way to use whole life insurance to become your own banker, so to speak. So thanks for checking that out. And if you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for being here. To help this video be seen by more people, please hit the like button. We invite your feedback in the comments too. I'd love to know from you, what else did I not cover that you'd like that $1 to do for you? If you were queen of money for the day, what do you want that $1 to be able to do? and maybe we'll brainstorm what kind of financial product does or doesn't do that. Comment and let me know.